Battle control initialized.
Alright, welcome to the RAGL stream. We got Gatekeeper against Smitty. Gatekeeper playing against England, and Smitty is Russia. And we're playing on Badger Hills, which is a map without any oils, no fuss, just cutthroat action here. And we see Smitty has been doing very well in the RAGL League. Let me just bring that up for you. You can take a look at the standings. I think there hasn't been that many Masters League games being played. We had some Season 4 fights. But if you look at the scoreboard here in a second, we see they are pretty much neck and neck. Gatekeeper's got 2 wins, 2 losses, and Smitty's had 1 win and 1 loss. See, we don't have much out of the ordinary just yet. Pretty defensive setup here, getting both defensive structures ready, no real rush coming out, and no infantry at all, barely. Smitty doing 3 riflemen here, having two with his power plant to guard against any nades, pesky nades coming to snipe that, and just a scout here. It's very conservative. Gatekeeper going with his signature Gatekeeper cell, selling the refinery just to get a bit more cash going. Oh, Smitty going with the flak cannon here, flak truck I mean, which can be really useful to snipe early infantry, but it's not going to find much to do. So I think this might actually favor Gatekeeper instead. Saying that his war factor is a bit delayed. Let me slower the music just a tad. That should be fine. Take a look at the economy. It's pretty much neck and neck, favoring Smitty just a little bit because he got that harvester out a bit quicker, but it's gonna be even up soon. And now flak truck going in, just taking out a few technicians. Not too much. We can see there's there's nothing. They don't even count as an asset, the technicians. So yeah, Flak Trooper getting a good scout, but not finding much in terms of pickups. Might be able to sneak up and get this one. That technician still firing on the ground. Over here, it's having a field day. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up this one, no problem. But still running low on health because he had to fight the pillbox, which Gatekeeper just sold. It's nice to be able to place that somewhere else. Now we're getting a bit of a force up here. Let's see if he's going to combine that with an APC maybe, if needed. He's going to get the MCV first, and it's going to be a bit faster for Smitty. Gatekeeper scaling up with his racks here. Probably get up to 3 racks and then start getting a bit of a force here. Might want to combine that with some medium tanks. So he might go for an attack after his expansion here, or meanwhile. Got a bit of a move out here in the middle by Smitty. I like that he's scouting ahead with the flak truck first. So he's going to check at the top side first, see if he made an expansion here. Not going to find much. He doesn't, I don't believe he knows about the expansion here. Either players. They're not really aware of each other's expansion plans. Smitty grabbing the mid. So he's gonna have a pretty good control here with the middle, and probably wants to continue expanding behind here. It's quite a good setup. And now we're gonna have the first engagement, maybe. Gonna get scouted at least. I think it's gonna be pretty even here. Assets are quite even. It's gonna come down to concave and micro, I think. Zoom in a bit. We have the tanks in front. Pretty good positioning. Targeting the flame tower. I think Smitty's gonna do it right here. Yeah, he's just gonna hold with his concave, and he's gonna be able to reinforce very quickly with both riflemen and flame towers if needed. But the Gatekeeper very smartly pulls back. And now he's gonna look to re-engage here. But I still think this is gonna be alright for Smitty. He can just pull back if he needed to, but he does lose a lot, so this was a good engagement for Gatekeeper. Now he needs to be careful not to overcommit, not to go back into the flame cannons. And he pulls back. I like this wall here. And he's putting his defenses where his army is not, which is always a good move. And I'm quite surprised nobody has continued to sort of expand yet. Here we go, he pulls his original MCV. So it could be quite risky if Gatekeeper is managed to catch wind of this. But he's down on the bottom side here, so he should be right. Gatekeeper is kind of low on cash. Let's check economy is still quite even, or very even I'd say. And yeah, no more refineries or ore tracks being made yet. So maybe he's overproducing a bit. I reckon that's because he's going a fairly quick radar here. Taking this engagement. Should favor Smitty. He has plenty of tanks in a great position. He can just run over this. This is definitely favoring Smitty. He's a little bit out of position here. And where's the rest of his army now? He's back here at this expansion. He's still making rocket soldiers, but now the radar is up. He's gonna get some tech out and let's see what he can do with it. I reckon he's gonna get a helipad soon. Be able to do some scouting and some pickups. Smitty after a Tesla coil. I don't think he's aware of the radar tech just yet. But he's going into this fortified position. He can make some good trades, but I don't think that was a wise choice. He didn't really need to do this. His pillbox and turrets are really useful here. And also, like I said, being able to reinforce quickly from his racks. Definitely good for Gatekeeper. If we look at the combat here, it's still very even. You see the destroyed are 16k for both players. Yeah, economy is also quite even. But Gatekeeper, if he can keep this base alive, he should be in a great position. But I think it's going to be quite hard. It's going to be somewhat of a base trade with regarding expansions. And let's see if Smitty realizes this is like the only thing left here. So he's going to just go for the construction yard. And he's going to take it out. No chance to redeploy here. It's going down. Meanwhile, Gatekeeper's going in the middle. He's going to take out some stray buildings. I wonder if Smitty's going to go for the cell or maybe he used them as tanks here and for this engagement. Because he can come in from both sides, and if Smitty can get this army, this should be very good. Then he should be able to go for the base. But Gatekeeper is making some good trades, but now he's going to run into problem because now he's going to fate the army on both fronts. He still has some medium tanks, but they are going to be minced meat for his heavy tank here. Yeah, Smitty just barely holding on here. So he's trading, but not as well as he would have liked. And we can can see he's reinforcing, streaming in lots of riflemen here. And let's check out the tech situation. We got Heinz coming up for Gatekeeper, and a radar tech just been made as well for Smitty. But he hasn't really started yacht production yet, or V2s. Kind of just massing heavy tanks at this point. Yeah, he's still running in with not as good army as I would have liked. So Gatekeeper is kind of holding his position. He lost his Conyard, but he's not mining anymore. But he's still be able to reinforce very quickly from the mid here. And the bottom side, Smitty has that locked down pretty much, and he can just go forth and try to reclaim this position as well. He probably wants to get a Tesla out. He's gonna place the flame cannon to start with, and he should be fine. Heinz doing some good work. Managed to keep one alive and do plenty of good trades. And yes, Smitty holds on. Let's see what Gatekeeper wants to do with this army now. Maybe he'll loop around to the east side and trying to pick up this expansion, or at least do some harassment. The Heinz are so annoying here, just picking off all the stray rocket soldiers. And he probably wants to get some flak troopers out there. Let's see the Heinz. Just reloading. And it's gonna go for this base now. And if you can get this base, it's gonna be really good for Gatekeeper. But it's not gonna be easy. The heavy tanks are coming in. He's got the Yaks as well, but the Yaks are gonna have a really tough time. There's no obvious pickups for the Yaks. So they're just happy with scouting the area just now. Now he's gonna look to make some kind of concave here. Oh, that's great positioning by Smitty. The Heinz are not doing much, he needs to come in, fight. He's got a flak cannon as well. Oh, if he can keep this guy alive, that would be huge. Needs to be very careful with the Heinz now. He loses. Oh, he's gonna lose one. Flak cannon now coming in. It's a little bit left behind. Could have made some better pickups, I think. But Gatekeeper is still working on this base here. And the refinery might go down. Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's just pulling back now. Needs to repair this. Oh, now the Yaks are landing some great hits. Taking out the rocket soldiers. He does have more flame towers to place down here. But he's gonna struggle with these Heinz. Now he can fight. He realized this is just one flak cannon, so he can just fight it with his Heinz. And now the Heinz can just clean up here. Even taking down the power. So now the Tesla is vulnerable this side. Well, Gatekeeper doesn't have much of an army yet. Is he floating a bit? No, actually Smitty is floating about 10k here. Smitty is floating 5k. Back to 4 now, so he's keeping his money fairly low considering how late in the game it is. And you can see the full queue here for Smitty. And maybe he wants to take up even more soon. Still gathering bits of ore here. Probably want some more on the top here. Now his rocket soldier numbers are growing, so it's gonna be tougher and tougher to do damage. But he can't go in like this with only one. This Gatekeeper is really quick to just realize, hey, there's one I can take down with my Heinz, no problem. So he probably wants to keep them, like 2 of them in the same group, and then he can fight a bunch of Heinz. Got a bit of a lag here. Unfortunately, hopefully it's not me. Game's just crashed. I'll try to send. Yeah, looks like a Smitty. Oh, that sucks. No, Smitty just dropped. Shit. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I wonder. I think this game is too close to call. I don't know the rules for this drops, but I'll leave this up if maybe an admin wants to review this later. Gatekeeper saying he's had a game, but you know the asses are very close. Still, I would say Gatekeeper had a bit of an advantage, but yes, it's a bit too hard. Too hard for me to call at least. I'll leave the admins of the league to comment on that. I'm just gonna go out.
Battle control terminated.
Let's see, hopefully he comes back. Meanwhile, we can take a look at the replay.
Battle control initialized.
And I'll be happy to send the replay to the RAGL admins. Just hit me up. Gonna see if there's any comments on Discord. Let's just skip ahead to where he dropped. Hopefully we can get some more information for the admins. But it's 2 games, so we're gonna have a second game anyway, regardless of the outcome of this one. But the question is if we should have a re-game or not. Do we have an admin available? Maybe point 1 is here. I don't think so. So now we're getting close to the end of the replay here. Let's bring up the assets. So you can see it's very even right now. But then Gatekeeper wins a fight here. It's a shame we have this connection issues. But regardless, it was a very good game. Let's make sure we get into the next one. So I think we're getting close now to when they drop. So it was right around here. We could probably see it in the chat soon, but the asset at this point is up 5k, which is not that much, and Smitty still has 3 more harvesters. dropping to 2 now. Oh, he's actually a bit further along. It's after this fight. Which was very close. So the score is 1-0 to Gatekeeper, but Smitty dropped, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think Gatekeeper claims a win. At least he's saying he think he had that, and I'm not sure what the rule is if you disconnect, if you automatically lose the game or not. But I'm pretty confident it was Smitty who dropped, and he was in a worse position, but it wasn't clear at all. That's my opinion. But I'm not an admin, so now he dropped, and now we can see Smitty's up 1 harvester, and the assets are very even. Gatekeeper has 5k up on assets. Yeah. So, there you go.
Battle control terminated.
Let's see. Anyway, it's up for game 2. Let's see what they say. The map is still Badger Hills though. I'm just gonna say regame or 1-0 to quite sure what the rules are, but maybe Smitty just accept that he lost the game. That would be the end of that. Yeah. Yeah,
Battle control initialized.
anyway, we're still playing on the same map here. So I guess it's still not clear what the end result is. But anyway, we got Smitty as Russia this time against Gatekeeper England. Was he Russia the last one as well? I think so. Anyway, I'm glad we have another allies against Soviets. That's my favorite for sure. So let's see if we're gonna have some kind of cheese this time. Or Smitty's gonna go for his standard rifleman. Oh, interesting, we have a refinery first for Gatekeeper. So no barracks just yet. So let's see how that's gonna pay out. I think if you can manage to stay safe here, that should be a slight advantage. That's the whole point of doing it right, to be able to get some early eco, but you risk to die to early rushes. But now when he got his barracks already, and he's gonna queue up, hopefully gonna queue up a pillbox. Yeah, there we go. So he should be fine. And Smitty is not really doing anything. He's just chilling here with his 2 riflemen. So, but Smitty is not gonna be far behind at all. He's going for a very nice eco build as well. See, we have some rules. I'm not gonna post everything, but So basically, because Smitty DCs, he gets a free rematch for a game he was losing. Says Nano. I don't know if this is a rematch or not. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of prize money or anything. I don't think he would do something like that. Seems to be a good guy. But I see where you're coming from. If I was the admin, I would probably call a win for Gatekeeper, honestly. Because he was ahead in assets and he had control of the map, but this is not something you can make on the fly. If you want to be serious about it, you have to really like watch the replays and see the state of the game. But you still have to have some kind of margin. If it's close, if it's potential for a comeback, you can argue it should be a regame. But you can also argue that that disconnect was completely Smitty's fault. It's different if you are at a tournament setting and one player just disconnects on the tournament PCs, so it wasn't really their fault, unless they're doing something shady, like put the network cable, but you will see that. So I worked as an admin for DreamHack doing some StarCraft tournaments, so I've been in those kind of situations before. Going back to the game, it's still a very close EQ game. God, those technicians are annoying. We can see the assets are quite close here. Harvester count a little bit better for Gatekeeper. Smitty going for his flag track again. And still not gonna find many pickups, because there's barely any infantry around on the map. But it's still a good scouting tool. So I'm curious why he's favoring that over APC. It has to be because the range is better than APC's. It's easier to pick off a rifleman for free. But that really only makes sense if you have a lot of riflemen, I think. Like going up against a double ref or something like that. Picking up engineers. But if you can keep it alive, of course it will be useful later against air. So we have MCV coming out for Gatekeeper. And Smitty as well. Smitty a little bit ahead. He's gonna take the middle first. Gates just kind of idling a bit with his MCV. There we go. Sending it up. So he's gonna grab this expansion, and Smitty is just gonna take the middle here. So he's kind of going for the same kind of game plan here, taking the middle, reinforcing it, then trying to do some punches left and right, and probably expanding backwards. Maybe he moves his original MCV again, or he's gonna bring out another MCV and sort of take this area. So we might see an engagement fairly soon, but I think Smitty is just fine with controlling this area, and Gatekeeper is going to try to do something. I like that he's going around, realizing that. Let's take a look at the field of view here for Gatekeeper. So he doesn't know about this base, but he kind of knows Smitty now, his gameplay, and he saw in game 1 he expanded just like this, so he might realize there is a base here. And just trying to find some easy pickups, not fighting into flame towers. But now we might have an engagement. Let's see. Yeah, he's just going around trying to go some do some harass here against the Orthodox. So Smitty needs to be quite quick to react to this now. He does have a flame tower to place down here. Oh, now he's scouting. How did he know this? That's really good game sense. So now he's gonna know about the attack and he's gonna pull back. So this is huge for Smitty if you can shut down this army. But it should be fairly easy considering the count here. But heavy tanks are not very well positioned here. It's just one in a good position. But now it's just too much. I think it's just gonna crush them. Gatekeeper go for some crushes. Oh, the scattering! Needs to pick them up. Yeah, no problem. It's a great move by Smitty. That was such well game sense with the scouting rifleman there. And now he's going to be in a commanding position. If he can hold on to this, it should be no problem. He's already three flame cannons here. And I don't know why he's just sending them into the flame towers. Sure, medium tanks are strong, but it's not really worth losing 1 or 2 for that. And yeah, Smitty can either just sit back and expand again, or he can go for an attack. He should realize he's in a good position here. Asset ups, almost 1k here. 10k I mean, which is huge in this state of the game. So yeah, he's realizing this. He's gonna move down and shut down this MCV. And I think he's just gonna kill us straight up. There's nothing he can do to save this MCV. He's gonna try to go back. Oh, blocking them with the flak tracks as well. Nicely done. He does have a wall here though, I'd like that. But it's not gonna last for long. But the thing is, Smitty doesn't need to attack this base here. He can just sort of chill back and protect his grounds. And he does have a nice scouting here as well. So he will always know when Gatekeeper tries to move out. So I reckon he's gonna go tech, yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. Hinds are coming out, but I think he's gonna have some eco problems now, Gatekeeper. He's doing okay in terms of harvester count, but you can see the ore patches are drying up already. There's not much going on here. Smitty just taking his back base as well. Trying to move out again, but it's gonna get shut down. The concave is still quite good though. So might have a nice battle here. The heavy tanks are not really in position, so if the medium tanks can soak up damage, that could be alright, but it's just too much. It's a bit too late. Yeah, he can't really afford to take this kind of fights. He's just too far behind, and he's gonna get even further behind now. And now the jugs come out, he's gonna see exactly what he has, and he's gonna find that it's not much at all. So I think Smitty is very comfortable in this game now. He's gonna lock down this bottom part. He could go in for the kill if he wants to, but it won't be easy, of course. He needs to be smart about it. He can't just go in and fight here. Then I think Gatekeeper is gonna hold, but if he can go around this area, maybe try to harass here as well. That would be really good. Or he could just tech up, get some B2s. Can even tech up even further. Yeah, Smitty getting the tech center out, so he's gonna play it safe. He can just try to attack at the same time, do some harass, but I think he's perfectly happy just locking down this area, and especially the top area, expanding and then taking up behind. Might even go for a long game, get an A-bomb out, Iron Curtain first, and then just slowly grind him down. Chad is saying, what if the Gatekeeper DC'd now another regame? No, I mean, I'm still not sure if this is a regame or not. It might just be game 2. And the admins will have the replays to be able to call the results, I guess. Now he's coming in here. I don't think we're gonna see an attack just yet. So let me go and read his rules actually. Players decides between themselves the outcome of a disconnected game. If the players cannot come to an agreement, they will have to submit the replay to the official disconnect blah blah to evolution. The evaluation will be likely to demand a rematch unless the match is undoubtedly decided towards one player. Yeah. Which is clear, isn't it? Gatekeeper doing some damage here. I think it's gonna be okay, but Smitty should be fairly happy with trading. He needs to micro his flame towers a bit better though, and needs to make sure he gets his entire army in. But now he's able to clean it up. And I like that Gatekeeper is trying like this, but yeah, fuck this. He's gonna GG soon, I think. He does have a few hinds to work with though. 4 hinds. If he can get 5, he can. Now he can start sniping some buildings, but he probably need them in an attack. Okay, so he called GG here, so I think it's fair to just disconnect. You sure you didn't watch replay? From every move coming, huh? Oh, looks like he's not happy about this. And now lost this. Maybe I should bench the rules here. I don't know, I don't want to get into middle of this. It's between the players and the admins. I'm just commentating. Smitty says maybe I'll cease and quit too. No sense in playing if people don't think I'm legit. Oh man. Oh, don't go that far. Yeah, like I said, I don't think he's trying to do this by purposefully. And yeah, probably just a joke. But I can see why Gatekeeper is kind of pissed off here. I would be as well. But that said, the admins might just call this a 1-1. I think they have to send in the replays and ask for them to look it over.
Battle control terminated.
So let's see what happens. We might call that as a regame and go for the actual game 2 now. I'll jump in the server. I can just wait. See if they'll come back or not. See if we have some something on Discord. That's good to say. Let's call a first game a draw. Half point? I don't know if that's supported. Yeah. 2x.1 isn't here. Is there another admin for RAGL? I'm not sure. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna send in the replay. They're gonna read the rules. They're gonna send in the replay to the admins. They will have to go through it and see if that was a proper regame or not. Either way, I think they should play one more game, at least for Gatekeeper's sake here. Yeah, they're going in for the game here. But now there's a shitload of specs, so let's hope we don't. Let's hope we don't lag the game here. I suggest a free APC flame rush. Yeah, I can understand. Can understand how he's feeling about it. Yeah, it looks like there's no hard feelings. So what do you think? What do you think the admins should do? I'll just paste this in the rules, see what they think. I won't really say what I think about it. It's not my place, so they can decide for themselves. Oh, 5 aces here as well. Look at this. Maybe he wants to stream as well. There's plenty of guys here. Hey, Nazgul saying, last season I had 2 disconnects in games against Warracker and I felt I was winning both there. But I lost 0-2 in the end. Holy shit, so maybe there is something wrong with the rules. But again, snowball plays. They will have to go through it. And it's even for the admin's sake as well, it's really hard to write ironclad rules. Nobody does that. And at every tournament we have to add like a clause that the admins has a right to change the rules in certain situations, and that they cannot abuse rules or disrespect admins. So, and admins have the final say. So, but you should really try to write as good rules as possible, so the players have a leg to stand on, and it's also the players' responsibility to read and understand the rules, of course, even though it's just for fun, like for most people. This league rather. But I believe there's still some prize money to be won, so of course it's serious at the same time. See if they commentated on the rules at all. Orb saying Smitty is going to constantly say whooping, blah blah blah. Okay, 5S is saying he's gonna disconnect and cast the game later. So we'll have a nice VOD from him as well. Cool to see. And I haven't really heard anything from Gatekeeper yet. I think he's still just come back. And if I were him, I would just focus on the next game at hand. But these kind of things can like go on in your head, and you'll be thinking about it. And once you think you're gonna lose the game, you might think of that and the stupid rules that happen. And yeah, I know it can be tough. It can be tough, so you need to get your head into the game again and focus. Easier said than done. Is Nazgul part of the admins as well? I'm not sure. And as I stick to the rules, it's a regame like it was. Yeah, it's not Smitty's fault that he DC'd, but it's not Gates either. But it's Gates who suffered. Yeah. So it looks like he has more or less agreed that that was a regame, and now it's one game up for Smitty. So the score is now 1-0 for Smitty, but we may have an admin decision on the first game if that was going to be counted as a regame or not. Because if not, we are playing for a 1-1. So we have yeah. Either way, Smitty has won one game. So
battle control initialized.
This will probably be the deciding game here. Now we got again same. Oh, we're going for a Soviet mirror this time. Oh, okay, maybe he forgot to pick.
Battle control terminated.
Yeah, it's no worries. Let's throw up the game again. Yeah, maybe that's the side he's quite focused. I'm not gonna put more pressure on him. Losing is a bit vague here. Imagine that no one is streaming or specking. I don't know. No, there was a 5k difference in assets. So when he disconnected, Gatekeeper was up 5k in assets, but Smitty had one more harvester at that point. But you can argue that that Gatekeeper had quite a good control of the map. I mean, he had a middle part. He just knocked down his base. Smitty was kind of holding on
Battle control
by the skin of his teeth.
initialized.
So if the game would have played out without any real mistakes, I think Gatekeeper would have taken it. But it was definitely a lot of chances for comeback and mistakes. So you probably just kept the map locked down, kept that area and expanded, and that would have been hard to come back from. So we got Gatekeeper now, Russia and Smitty. So why did he have a regame? Maybe he forgot to change something on the map itself. Or the wrong version of the map. We are on borrowed time this time, and I know Gatekeeper is very strong on this map. He really like the 1-2 punch here. Because this is really hard to go through, and the base has become like, you have a base. You take this expansion and you can go for this as well. Plus you can take this one, so it's kind of spread out the whole base. It's no matter how you do it, unless you're going for a very aggressive playstyle. So I think this kind of suits Gatekeeper because he likes to throw in a punch here, throw in a punch here, and yeah, just kind of play for multitasking. Check out the production. Looks like we have pretty much the same. Smitty is doing his 2 riflemen near the power plant with the fairly quick war factory, and Gatekeeper getting a double ref, and he's selling his Gatekeeper cell as usual. So I think it's quite even. I kind of like Gatekeeper's build a bit more here, because he does have a second harvester for longer. But the war factory is definitely delayed, so I'm not sure. It should be a good early advantage for Gatekeeper, but then later on it's gonna outscale with more harvesters. Oh, this damn technicians. I'll try to stay away from them. Okay, Nazco says he is an admin. Okay. Cool. Blackhand is also a league admin. So what do you think then, Nazco? What's your decision? Have you seen the replay? I'm assuming you haven't, just watching the stream. Okay, I forgot to set the shroud, that's the reason this was a rematch. I'm tired of listening to these technicians, I'm gonna lower the game sounds a bit. Okay, we got the flag track going up again for some scouting. Please kill these technicians. APC this time, so he's switching it up a little bit. Maybe he wants to get a rocket soldiers into that and do some harassment. Sure, it looks that way. So we're gonna have 4 rocket soldiers going in, and they should be able to make fairly quick work of a harvester. And off he goes. And this was not scouted by Smitty from what I can see. No, he didn't scout this at all. But he did pull the flak truck back, so that can be a nice help in the defense here. Let's see. APC is kind of looping around this way. Not going to pick up his body. What else is going on? We have an MCVs coming out for both players a bit earlier for Smitty. So that's going to be a nice advantage. He's queuing up his ore refinery also, ready to place down. Smitty needs to, I mean Gatekeeper needs to place his racks. He needs to be on top of his mechanics at the same time that he's doing this rush. Looks to be fine now. Here we go, here's the unload. See if we can do some damage. Kind of chilling a bit, waiting for a harvester to come close maybe. This should be a fairly annoying position. They can just kind of sit here. But Smitty, I think he reacted. He pulled them down a bit. Pulled them back, I mean. He's doing some damage, but I don't think he's gonna kill a harvester here. But he's for sure delaying mining time. So he just went back. He's gonna try for another harvester. Meanwhile, he's getting his MCV out and getting some heavy tank production for both players. Smitty's expansion well and up. He probably want to reinforce with something, maybe a Rax here and a Flame Tower, and then sort of move on to get the next expansion. Are we gonna get another truck down here? No, just barely surviving. Heavy tank on the APC. And I think he's just gonna go back with no kills from what I can see. Just some hurt harvesters and delayed mining time. We may have an engagement in the middle though. Flak Track's doing some nice pick-off damage. Just to be able to keep it alive. And now the heavy tanks are gonna be a big problem here once they come in. But they're not really connected with the rest of the army, so this is surely a good engagement for Smitty. Oh, he's gonna get the heavy tank. That's quite big in this stage. And now he's moving on with this expansion, like I said. And Gatekeeper got this expo up, which is not defended at all right now. And his army is kind of chilling back at his main base here. He does have a scout here, so he'll be able to know when he expands on the top. But Smitty is moving on to the middle. So he's switching it up a little bit. Last game says that he went for the middle first, and then he started to expand on the sides. So Gatekeeper might not be very prepared for this, but he should know at least about the expansion in the middle, because he was here just a while ago. He's moving on here. Oh, this is risky. Smitty scouts this, he can just move down, sort of take this base out, but he doesn't know about it just yet. But Gate is going to have a Tesla car ready soon, and that's going to be able to hold this, especially with the army coming in. So I like this army movement here. And he's reinforcing over here, so if he can kind of bring these two armies together, and the problem is he can't place his Tesla now here, so he might just lose this base. Let's have a look at the engagements. Kind of an awkward concave for Smitty. Yeah, he's allowing Gatekeeper time to keep his army together now, and the Tesla just coming out. He was just in build rings, but now he's on low power. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, no problem. Yeah, I think the concave was kind of weird here for Smitty. He could easily have fought. Either went down quicker and taken this base out, or go to the left side and just fight his main army, because he did have a stronger army. But he's quickly getting him a flank up here to the newly expansion. And is he gonna take this out? He's gonna need some micro here to block it. No, not enough. I think he's gonna escape here. Oh, it's gonna be close though. He chooses to redeploy it. And now it's gonna go down. Yeah, that might be a mistake on his part. But he's able to take this down, but now Smitty should just be able to run here on the roads. Just going straight back, and he should be fine. Might lose this refinery, yes it does. Would like to see a cell there. But it should be fine. We are dead even in assets and in harvesters. And in cash, so it's still anyone's game here. Oh, and there's a lot of rocket soldiers here. There's maybe a bit too many rocket men in this fight. So the trades, even though he's gonna lose the fight, the trades should be fine for Smitty. We can take a look at the combat as well. We can see that Gatekeeper has destroyed with 8k more worth of assets. And now this fight, oh, there's a lot of vets here. I think those are gonna make quite a big difference. See a lot of vet 2 rocket soldiers and riflemen. But Smitty does have his base up still. And he doesn't, yeah, he's building a flame tower now. So he's gonna have 2 to defend. But he probably wants to get a racks up here as well, to soak some damage and being able to reinforce more quickly. He still wants to take down this southern base, which is kind of awkward here. Smitty had to run back. Well, Smitty moved his MCV back earlier. And now he has to face with Teslas, and this is surely going to be good for Gatekeeper to just keep this base here. But meanwhile, Smitty is starting to expand at the top. So if he can get that base going, he should be absolutely fine here. But he might lose a lot here. I would probably just retreat with all my stuff and sell all the buildings, because there's no way he's going to be able to keep them alive here. Yeah, he's starting to sell now, but he's losing quite a bit. Yeah, it's definitely a good fight for Gatekeeper here. And are we gonna see radar soon? Yes, Gatekeeper has a radar already, and so does Smitty, so I kinda missed that part. But we don't see any. Just now we're seeing some more air units being. We got the second airfield coming up now. Okay. No yaks just yet. I guess they are kind of broke. They're just holding on here. And they're both like pressing their advantage. Oh, he's coming back. Very smart. He's coming back with his MCV. So he's going to be able to place some defensive structures. And he should be fine defending this. But he's going to delay some mining time as well. Speaking of mining, we got 10 harvesters up for Smitty against 8 of Gatekeeper. What's he doing? He's moving both of his MCVs now. So he wants to keep this defended, but that's it's gonna be hard. Look at this Gatekeeper front here. He can just move it up. Of course, he doesn't know exactly what he has here, but he has to have a good idea, and that's why he's sort of joining these 2 armies together. But now he realizes there's a big army here, so he needs to be very careful. I would have liked to see, yeah, now we have some jacks coming up, so we get some more vision. And let's take a look here. Yeah, Gatekeeper has starting to have quite a good vision here. And this attack should surely be good for Gatekeeper. If he can get this army moving as well, he needs to go in with that. Ah, huge crushes though. It's very good crushes from Smitty. So he turned the tide of the battle, and now he has the flame cannon here. Ah, that's very poor spot to engage in. Ah, that's a shame. If you could keep those armies together and fight together, I think he would have won this fight. But now he's in a, yeah, I think he's in a quite bad spot all of a sudden. The assets are dwindling here. So they're even in assets now. Gatekeeper was ahead. And now Smitty with this extra harvester. Just need to be able to mine a bit better here. So we got the situation where the ore patches are drying up. Decent jack crash, but probably not worth it. Let's see if he's gonna rebuild the jacks. Yeah, both players making jacks now. Smitty is floating a bit. Getting some nice scouts here, maybe he can pick up another jack. So both players have some pretty good scouting information now. But Gatekeeper is struggling with cash. has this this fresh field here, but that's about it. Those guys are not doing that much. Just kind of chilling here in the middle. Let's see if we can have some more tech. We got V2s coming out now from Gatekeeper. Smitty, do we have any V2s on hit parts? Not yet. And we got a Tesla coming up as well. So he's looking to hold this area. And I think if we can get the Tesla up, it should be fine. Pulling back this army as well. They're still making jacks, so we might see some strafe runs with the jacks soon, as the numbers are getting up. Still being a bit sloppy with the jacks though, losing to some rocket soldiers. And they're gonna lose this refinery as well. But now he's got both the Tesla and V2s, so he should be able to hold this for further attacks. This base is surprisingly safe from Smitty. He hasn't been contested that much. They're just holding on in the middle here. So maybe when they get some higher numbers, they want to start doing some flanks, using the flanks a bit more for attacks. And we might see some techs. Maybe a tech center going up soon. So we got power bombs ready in 40 seconds. Oh, the axe, no! Oh, that was good. Flak track's doing some work. Not a good trade at all for the yaks. So we're up to 3 yaks now for Gatekeeper, and he's pressing this side. He does have some more numbers, but as soon as the flamethrowers comes into play together with the reinforcement, it should be fine here to hold this. Now he's using the yaks. They still have some ammo. Oh, great pickups by the yaks. Gonna keep them alive. At least 2 of them here. So that's a good run. And more yaks coming out. And economy is looking quite solid for Smitty still. He's up 2 harvesters. And he's earning quite a bit more. Game's slowing down a bit more again. But he's taking up. We got Tech Center now coming up for Gatekeeper. So let's see if that's gonna come into play. We still have these small engagements. I don't know why I keep attacking here without any artillery. Yeah, he's pulling back now. I would like to see some flanks here. Maybe he can use this side. But it's so even, so he's probably just trying to stay alive. Smitty getting his radar back here. And trying to hold this ground. Badger's coming out with some reinforcements. And yeah, Smitty just happy, just holding this area, spamming flame towers. Oh, and now we have a demo track coming out for Gatekeeper. Let's see what he can do with that. You can see the build time is still quite long. I think it's around 50 seconds just to make a demo track. I think V2s are gonna be crucial to win these fights. Oh, I see Gatekeeper sniped the MCV, that's what happened. Now I was gonna say, Gate is low on money because he expanded into empty mine already, guided by Smitty. That makes a lot of sense. It was just here, right? And now he started cashing up. It's only behind two in harvesters, but this is still empty. And this one not doing much. The demo truck's coming out now. Check up with that in a second. We got power bombers coming out. Oh, we might have some big para hits here. They're gonna at least take out a few buildings here. Oh, we're gonna take out the Tesla. Oh, that was quite a good hit. So you might want to try to go in now with this army. Oh, the demo truck as well. That's such a good combination. Pyro bomb, then demo truck. It's gonna clean up. Look at this. It's gonna melt. Oh, but he lost his own army as well. He lost plenty of riflemen and rocket soldiers. Should have kept them down. I'm surprised the blast radius was so big. Took down all of this. So now he doesn't quite have enough to push through still. That was very unfortunate. Still have quite a few jacks though. Well, quite a few. I only see 2 really. Wow, Smitty is very aggressively expanding here. Well, he's base boosting rather. But he doesn't have any ready to place here. He does have flame towers, but yeah, it's very painful. He's not in position at all. I think Smitty's gonna take it now. Yeah, now he got the rags up and the flame tower, and he's just gonna be able to spam flame towers. Will be very annoying here. And at the same time, he's coming in, guys from the north. Oh, nice, really nice jack bullets here. Oh, this is close. Gatekeeper, he can't really get a nice concave here. He's just kind of standing them in one by one. So he needs to sort of gather himself with the flame tower. But this is a good sign you've lost the game when you're just scrambling to defend the base build like this, leaving Smitty with a lot of leg room to go in. He can just go harass here, take out this base, or he can put in a punch from the east side of his base. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And I think we're going to see GG quite soon here. There's not much he can do. Unless Smitty makes some huge mistakes with his army. Let's look at the assets as well. We're almost up, yeah, we can see almost up to 70k against 42. And the yaks go down. He needs to keep this yak alive for some scouting info. Otherwise it's going to be completely in the dark. And well, the good thing is he still has his tech center and radio tech alive. And now Smitty is kind of overextending a bit. So this is a good fight for Gatekeeper. Might be a good start to a comeback. And yeah, I'd say he still has a chance to come back in this game. Even with the 20k assets behind, but the big problem is he only has 6 harvesters now. 6 against 13. Both players are low on cash, but you can see the building queue is quite a lot better here for Smitty. He has a Tesla now started. So I think once the Tesla comes down, it's going to be game over here. If he can keep it alive. He can't just throw it away, of course. I'm surprised Smitty didn't go for a Tesla right away, actually. This is so common in this kind of base boosters. And what's happening now is kind of spreading out a bit. He wants to take out these bases. Does he know about this base, actually? Let's take a look. He does know about this base, so I'm surprised he didn't go for this one. This should be much easier, right? Than going for the main base. I guess he wants to get the Iron Curtain up. Wants to play it safe. But now going in with 3 jacks, I think he's gonna start sniping power plants. Let's see what he goes for. Yeah, he goes for the power plants. Taking out one, no problem. Should be enough ammo to take out another one. But now, where's Smitty's army? Why are you just chilling here? Now he's gonna lose his base push here. Yeah, Tesla not doing much. Just kind of a waste of the Tesla here. But he's gonna probably lose the top part of the base here. Oh, that's Gatekeeper still has time to react here. He's gonna get a flame tower out soon, and he can maybe pull this back. But it's of course he's scrappy. He's holding on, and he still has to fight this Jax later on. Now with the War Factory going down, I think it's very hard to come back. We'll probably see a GG soon, because that was his only War Factory, and he's trying to come back in Harvester as well. He's still earning quite a lot. He's earning almost as much as Smitty, while he's 4 Harvesters down. So that's quite good work from him. I guess these double binds are doing quite a lot. But now those are going to be harassed, and he can't afford to lose these. This is a huge part of his income right here, going down. Now the Jacks are just having a field day, taking down lots of power. Gatekeeper doesn't have a lot of power left to buffer. So yeah, now it's very hard. It's only 4 Harvesters, so he's trying to do an attack here. I really like that, but I think Smitty should be fine. But his army is quite out of position, so he's gonna lose quite a lot of buildings here. So really nice attack by Gatekeeper. Gonna take a couple of buildings here. Take out the War Factory, maybe take out the Service Depot as well. And now he needs to be careful not to lose all his army. If he can come out on top with his army, that would be a very good start to coming back into this game. He's gonna have to take the fight here. But now Smitty has very nice positioning with the heavy tanks. He's gonna come in for the crashes, and oh, the whole army is gonna go down. So many crashes, and now I think it's too late. He couldn't afford to lose this army, even though they did so much damage. He couldn't afford that, and now it should be pretty much over. He's not mining here at all. He doesn't have any cash. He's producing a little bit. He's got a refinery up and coming. Iron Curtain he has to wait 2 minutes for. He's powered down. So yeah, it's gonna be very hard. Plus Smitty has an Iron Curtain to play with himself. So he should just attack. I guess he doesn't have a lot of vehicles to use it on. He needs to come back with his army first. And he can do pretty much anything he wants to. Let's see, we have a couple of Yaks coming up. Now this little harass force are gonna look to take down some more. Is he gonna use a Tesla now? Together with the army. Now still flame towers coming up. Okay, he sold his tech center. Alright. Yeah, I guess that was necessary. He did get the Iron Curtain up. I guess that was his main thing he wanted out of the tech center. And he's really desperate for cash here. So he's able to hold on a little bit, but this army is not coming down. I'm surprised we don't see any like high tech from Smitty apart from the Iron Curtain. There's no Mammoth tanks, no V2s. And maybe Gatekeeper can pull it back with some miracle. He's going for the Tesla. So hold on. I was gonna lose the refinery as well. And yeah, this army is coming down. If Smitty can use this army as well, that would be a killer. Yeah, he doesn't even have to. He's got basically no army left, and this is over. Maybe we'll get to see some parabombs before he calls it. We got about 15 seconds. Together with the Tesla, he might be able to hold just one front, but yeah, there's not much I can do, right? Well, regardless, it was very well played. Now he's done. Yeah, he's just holding on, waiting for mistakes. So we're probably gonna see a 2-1 victory for Smitty with an admin decision on the regame. So it might, I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably a 2-0. Which Gatekeeper should not be happy about. Because I think he clearly demonstrated that he had very good chances to win that game 1. That's Smitty disconnected him. And it's going to be an important game as well for these players. They are pretty much neck and neck in the league. He's losing his last couple of buildings. He's just sending in a little force. There we go, there's the mammoth tank, there's the higher tech. There's no way he can stop this. He just needs to AMO this army and it's gonna be over. Even has a backup army here with some jacks. Gate is still mining from this base, but... Oh, now! Here we go! Here's the parabombs! There we go! Beautiful! That was a perfect parabombs right there. That was what he was waiting for. The GG push. Oh man. Yeah, it's still over unfortunately. Oh well. 2-0 for Smitty.
Battle control.
Might be something with the regame. It wasn't clear. I'll post the replay to anyone who wants to see it, so they can be the judge. I think I actually gotta go. At least I'll take a break. We'll see if there's any more games coming up. Let's see what people are doing here. Maybe someone else is streaming, I can kick it over to them. Just gonna chill for a bit and see what's going on. Gatekeeper is nice, invalid. Okay, so I guess it seems like Gatekeeper has accepted that as a regame, which Smitty won as well, so we're probably looking at a 2-0 victory for Smitty. But he definitely shows some good games today, Gatekeeper. And if you're curious, I know some of you missed the game. We can